In a relationship, communication is obviously very important, and for both men and women, having expectations and boundaries is very appropriate. But oftentimes when men have boundaries, society often views that as toxic, controlling, misogynistic, and whatever other buzzwords you want to throw out there. And that's very unfair. For society to try and shame men for having reasonable boundaries in a relationship is gaslighting, to try and mold men into doormats. A good example of a man handling things the right way in terms of having boundaries and expectations in a relationship is actor Jonah Hill with his bitter ex-girlfriend Sarah Brady. A couple years ago, Jonah welcomed his first baby with his current girlfriend Olivia Miller, and shortly after that, his ex Sarah Brady came out publicly with allegations that during her relationship with Jonah, he was emotionally abusive and misogynistic. Oh, give me a break, will you? Misogynist is the most overused word today. And to back up her allegations, she released some text messages from Jonah. These were supposed to be some smoking gun evidence of emotional abuse, but reading over these texts, it just appears that Jonah Hill is a man who knows what he's looking for in a relationship and what he's not looking for, and is not afraid to communicate that. Okay, now let's look over these text messages to see if there's something to what Sarah Brady is talking about. Now, the first thing you notice in her screenshots of these texts is that her replies are missing, so we don't have complete context for this conversation. I mean, it's really easy to make someone look crazy when you leave out your side of the conversation. We don't know exactly what Jonah's responding to. So Jonah called her out on some things she had been doing and basically said, hey, if you continue to do these things, then I'm not the right partner for you. Sounds reasonable enough. So Jonah laid it all out. Plain and simple. If you need, and the first thing he listed is surfing with men. Now you might say surfing with men, whoa, that's pretty extreme. Is Jonah that insecure? But there's most likely a history there, as indicated by the next thing Jonah listed. Boundary lists inappropriate friendships with men. There you go. She's most likely way too friendly with her male colleagues, and Jonah is not naive enough to fall for that gaslighting, he's just a friend nonsense. To model, to post pictures of yourself in a bathing suit, to post sexual pictures. Yep, posting provocative photos all over social media is how women keep their options open, constantly advertising themselves to other men. Jonah is not naive to that either. Friendships with women who are in unstable places and from your wild recent past, beyond getting a lunch or coffee or something respectful. Yep, women often influence each other for better or for worse. So as a man, you have to be vigilant and always be aware of the kind of women your girl associates with. Also, notice how he said your wild recent past. Uh-oh, it sounds like Jonah made the classic mistake of trying to turn a party girl into a long-term prospect, of which party girls are most definitely not. Party girls are simply not built for monogamy. So Jonah said, if you need all these things, I am not the right partner for you. If these things bring you to a place of happiness, I support it, and there will be no hard feelings. These are my boundaries for a romantic partnership. My boundaries with you based on the ways these actions have hurt our trust. Okay, Jonah being a mature adult and communicating his boundaries. And look at her comment here. See the misuse of the term boundaries? No. There was no misuse of the term here. Okay. Jonah used boundaries correctly. Jonah laid his boundaries out clearly, said, hey, if you don't accept it, no hard feelings, we go our separate ways. Jonah was being a mature adult. The problem was he was communicating with a woman who had the emotional maturity of a child. So of course those boundaries were going to be interpreted as mean, toxic, and misogynist by her. I mean, check out the theatrics here. Look, this is a warning to all girls. If your partner is talking to you like this, make an exit plan. Bruh. Love y'all. Call me if you need an ear. Talk about first world problems. What a drama queen. Your life was not in danger. Come on. Some of these other texts by Jonah, like I said, we don't see Sarah's replies, but, it indicates that he was hurt and, that he was being disrespected and disregarded. These were two people that were simply incompatible. Jonah realized that, and they went their separate ways. In my personal opinion, I think Sarah Brady made a big deal about nothing here. Boundaries are healthy in a relationship. You communicate them to your partner. They either accept them or they don't.